In this video, we will look at Python comparison operators. In Python, there are several comparison operators that can be used to compare values and check if they are equal, greater than, less than, or etc. So let us take a look at the comparison operators that we have in Python. There is the equal to, where we use the double equal sign to check equality, whether one value is equal to the other or not. And there's the not equal to, we use the exclamation sign followed by an equal sign, and then the greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. So let us jump into PyCharm and see how we can use these things in code. So we create a new Python file by right-clicking and choosing new and then Python file. And then we quickly declare two variables, var1, which should be 6, and then var2, it should be 9. You can make it any number you want. And then we declare another variable here called check, which we use to check whether our values are equal or otherwise. So the first thing we want to check is whether the two values are equal. So we use the double equal sign to check equality in Python. So we can call whether var1 and then equal to var2. And then the output of the comparison operation is always a boolean, so it will either evaluate to true or false. So if we print the value of check to the screen, we should see either one of those values. Let us right click and then run. And then we see that it is false because 6 is not equal to 9. Of course, if we change this one to 9 and then run, we see that it evaluates to true. So now let us check the inequality symbol. And this one doesn't work only for numbered data types. You can check for strings also. So you can say boy, and then here too you can repeat, or let's say girl here. And then let's check whether the two are the same. So when we run, we see that it evaluates to false. But if we should replace this side with girl, and then run this time around, we should see that it evaluates to true, that those two strings are equal. So that is the equality comparison operator. Now let us change them back to our numbers, 6 randomly, and then this one to say 3. And then now we want to check whether the two are not equal. So how we do it is we bring an exclamation mark and then an equal sign. So this expression is saying is var1 not equal to var2, and then Python will evaluate it and then give us the answer. And then it also turns out to be true because 6 and 3 are not equal. But if we change this 3 to 6, making all of them equal, then when it evaluates, it will bring us false because the two are equal. And it also works for strings like we saw. So if we change this place to cat, and then we change this place also to cat and ask if the two are not equal, let us see what will be the output. It is false because they are equal. But let me put a space after this cat and then check again. Then it tells us that it is true that the two are not equal, even though we can see CAT. But take a close look at var2, you see that I intentionally put a space after the T. And that is to tell you that in Python, when you are declaring variables, string variables, when you put a space in there, it sees the space as part of the string. So take note of that. And now let us change them back to numbers and then continue our analysis. So we want to check whether var1 is greater than var8. So we will put it there like this. Check it for us whether 1 is greater than 2, sorry. And then it will evaluate to true because 9 is greater than 8. But if we make this place 12 or 13 rather, and then run our code again, we will see that it evaluates to false. And the opposite is also valid. We can turn this symbol and check whether now var1 is less than var2. So when we run, it evaluates to true because 9 is of course less than 13. But if we increase this one to say 19 and then run it again, this one will also evaluate to false. And we can also check whether var1 is greater than or equal to var2. So in that case, we ask it greater than or equal to var2. And in that case, if it is less than, it will turn false, but if it is either greater than or equal to evaluates to true. So if we change this one to 13 and then run it, we still get the value to be true, but if it comes down to 12, then it will evaluate as false. So that is for the greater than or equal to, and we can also change this symbol for the opposite to check whether var1 is less than or equal to var2, and then run it, and then it will evaluate to true because 12 is less than 13, but if it goes to 13 also, it will evaluate to true because the two are actually equal. But if it goes up to 14, then you get false because 14 is not less than or equal to 13. These are the comparison operators we have in Python and how we can implement them in code to check whether two variables are equal or not. But as usual, if you don't want to declare this check variable, you can perform the check straightforward inside the print statement and it will also work. So if I get rid of this line and then put the expression inside the print statement, it will also evaluate it for me. And then it evaluates to false, and you can check whether the two are equal, and then it will also evaluate to false. We can check whether the two are not equal, and then we get the answer we were expecting. So these are the comparison operators in Python. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.